Hello, Nari McDiarmid with you at Future of Mining Australia, and I'd like to welcome Allison Britt. She's with Geoscience Australia, Director, Mineral Resources, Advice and Promotion. Allison, thanks for joining us. And for anyone who missed you speak yesterday, you were looking at the changing global landscape and the impact on exploration. What's the key message?
Yeah, thanks, Nari. Really pleased to be here. It was a pleasure to be part of the Future of Mining conference here in Perth. And we were talking about some of those drivers that we're seeing when it comes to mineral exploration. So we're in a changing world, a rapidly changing world. Every week, every day almost, there's a headline about resources, quite often critical minerals. So we're talking a little bit about that. And what we're seeing is a race, a competition for resources on a global scale that we haven't seen before. And so we're really seeing three key themes. So these would be energy security, and then also economic sovereignty and capability, and then, of course, defence, resilience and certainty. And so I like to think of these as the three E's. So energy, economy and existence. And so what we're looking here, so what we're seeing is this is a global phenomenon, but it also affects Australia. And so we've seen policy responses from the federal government. So when it comes to energy security, we of course got our commitments to, we need to make sure we have our energy capabilities because we have our commitments to the Paris Net Zero targets. When it comes to economic capability, then we've got the Future Made in Australia Act, which also includes the diversification of supply chains, but that downstream value adding in critical minerals. And then on the existence side, we're looking at our work with the AUKUS trilateral agreement there as an example of those national concerns, national security concerns coming into play. Part of the reason that these three E's are important and link to mineral exploration is that they're all resources hungry. We need the minerals in the pipeline to feed into all of these areas of our existence. So feeding into defence security, feeding into our energy mix up, our energy mix, and feeding into our economic growth and stability. So exploration, and so that's why we're just seeing this real tick up in sorry, I'm going off piste again. So let me just wind that back.
Yeah.
And so these global themes we're seeing play out are really pushing or really driving mineral exploration for all kinds of commodities that we haven't necessarily been focused on before, which is very interesting.
Well, from those global themes to an Australia focus in particular, Alison, you did touch on some federal policies earlier, and there's some funding that's been announced recently. Yep. How do you see that driving mineral exploration?
Yeah, so what we're talking about here is the Resourcing Australia's Prosperity Initiative, and it's a $3.4 billion investment over 35 years. Now, this is a step change in government investment into government geoscience in Australia. We've had tremendous success with our previous programs, but they've been on 4-year funding cycles, and this is a complete. This gives us the opportunity to now do that long-term planning and to really turbocharge what we've been doing previously, which has been tremendously successful. So, for example, under the previous programs, we've stimulated exploration investment across the country, so much so that you could say we had an exploration boom in our focus areas. So we had companies directly attributing the programs that we were doing, the geoscience programs we were doing, to their uptake of tenements. So we're talking about 500,000 square kilometres of land under new exploration tenure. And to give you sort of an example, that's kind of like 2 Victorias and a Tasmania under new exploration. So that's been really, really exciting. It's been stimulating. It's world class. It's world leading. And we want to do more of that because we do have a fantastic geological endowment, but it takes more than that to stay ahead of the curve. Other countries will be trying to catch up with what we're doing in Australia. And so the Resourcing Australia's Prosperity Initiative will give us that long-term ability to plan and to do those national coverages, to really focus on what's important for Australia and to keep us ahead of the curve, keep our competitive advantages when it comes to mineral exploration.
Allison, thank you. And finally, can I ask for you, what's been the highlight here at Future of Mining?
Well, Future of Mining is one of those special conferences where it's a little bit broader than other conferences. So I'm a minerals person, so I normally go to mineral conferences.
Allison, thank you. And finally, may I ask for you, what's been the highlight here at Future of Mining?
Yeah. So Future of Mining is one of those special conferences where you get exposure to a broad range of disciplines and themes and different kinds of research and companies, and it's just the whole gamut. So I'm a minerals person, and so I'm normally going to a minerals conference, but here I get to hear from all different parts of the sector and get that big picture overview. So I really, really love being able to come here and be part of that.
Well, thank you for sparing some time to have a chat.
Yeah, thank you very much.